What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Redemption 46 Studios. I'm Black Nick. I'm Nick.
I'm Jarek. You gotta keep that in.
I'm Zach.
I'm
Curtis.
I'm right there.
I'm Waker.
I'm Black Zach.
I was waiting for one of y'all to say
I'm ambiguously brown. Oh man! Welcome back to Redemption 46 Studios. Y'all seen the thumbnail? Y'all seen the title? Y'all know why y'all here? Kingdom,
Why?
Black Crown. Nah,
This is funny. Take the reaction serious.
I know. We're going to take this reaction serious. Just want to have some fun with you guys. This is a special Patreon request from V-Mir.
Shout out them.
Yeah, if this is your first time on the channel, hit that subscribe button, become a real redeemer today. Also, for more content like this, jump on the Patreon. Live performances and more will be up on there. But yeah, we haven't done Kingdom in a minute.
These are motherfuckers. Excuse my language. These are the gentlemen. I'm sorry. These are the gentlemen that be like in castles and with the samurais and all that.
Yeah. You remember?
That's a great theme. Like that's a great like specific.
They all draw from like
Each of them were
they're
king
like
from a different time.
Yeah, I remember they was at the round table.
Excalibur shit.
Tough. I'm excited.
Yeah,
Feel like some Game of Thrones shit going on right here.
Yeah, it looked like they about to fight the White Walkers and shit.
Let's get into it.
Black Crown fighting White Walkers. Yeah, no long talk. Let's jump into this.
Might take his mic.
It's like you, sir, kids.
Yeah, they snapping already.
Got to. Oh shit. Kind of scared.
church background vocals. That was cool, like a water drop too. That was so cool.
shit.
Keep your head down, 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 down.
Damn.
Jeez.
Oh yes, after credit.
The black and gold again.
The Warriors fought as they could until the sunlight came up. Sayna.
Scarred eye.
Pussy. He shed the
Shit.
first blood tear.
Shit feels like the MCU.
Yeah, make sure y'all subscribe before y'all jump in the comments. I want to hear this on the MV because the song was almost perfect in my opinion. I thought it was theatrical. I thought it was grand. I thought it had a lot of applications as far as like what you can do with the dance choreography and things. My only knock is I wish it was a little bit more. It felt like bass might have been missing in like the chorus part. I really would want to do the cards because it sounded like something I would want to like actually like blast in the car or blast somewhere, but I would want to hear how like bassy it was. It didn't sound as bassy as I wanted it to be, and that's more of a personal opinion than probably just the production. Because I think the production was God tier.
Yeah,
Was it
I
just
know.
me or was it or did y'all
I
was
would
cool with the
agree. It
bass?
was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought the drum had a nice kick when you were getting into like yeah.
We all know Black Nick likes his 808s.
Yeah. Black Nick.
Black Nick loves his 808s.
Yeah, don't rewrite that in the comments.
Depending on who it is.
Yeah, right.
I somebody
can see-
picture.
I would have to agree with you though. The production was there. I wouldn't necessarily download this, but I definitely would love to see it live. They look like such great performers. The vocals was doing their thing. I'm sure the live performance goes super hard. Watching them live though at a concert would be interesting. I would love to see a concert of them. I'm not necessarily like a diehard of their songs or anything like that, but the way they carry themselves, I know they care a lot about storytelling and the overall grand performance. And I love theater, so I would love to see this story of Kingdom being told in a live atmosphere. The choreo was tough, you know what I mean? It was something simple, but it was equally as hype as the song. I love when they had that battle sequence between two of the members. That was pretty cool. The sets was nice. This is one where there's a lot going on, but it's part of the storytelling, so you can feel the anxiety of how intense the situation is. They look like great performers. I would love to see this live.
Yeah, also too, to double down on what you were saying, and I think we talked about this last time. I do like how their wardrobe is always decent and just on point. We talked about before how the concepts that they're doing, sometimes you could either dress it up too much to where you don't get the feel of the era that they're in, or sometimes people may not know the right looks and shit. If you ever watch, I'm not gonna shit on some movies.
Do it.
But nah, how you watch a movie or something like that, and let's say during the time it was during the Renaissance era or something, and you'll look at the clothing and just be like, what the fuck is going on? It's all right. So I'm not gonna shit on the movie, but what was the joint of shit? The Robin Hood that came out with Taron Egerton. During it was during the Crusade era and shit like that. So some of the coats they had on, in my opinion, were too H&M-ish. Like niggas almost had cardigans cut almost like this almost. And you just like, dog, there's no way that was like the
Like a
style.
distressed
Yeah, or like distressed jeans almost or something. And you just be like, I get the look you going for and shit, but it's kind of taking me out of what y'all doing because I can feel like this isn't genuine to the time. And I feel like they do a very good job with always kind of nailing the aesthetic, whether it's the look, the visuals, the timepieces, and everything else and stuff. And I feel like it kind of just helps you with the music because everything is so grand.
I like this as well, but I have to agree with Jarek. I don't know if I can download this, doubt it, but would love to hear this live. Their music videos are like really cinematic, very beautiful. Their end credits are fire. A lot of these scenes are like can be stills, like the mountains, him on his throne, the winter god or whatever he's supposed to be. Excuse me. I like the choreography. Yeah, I think I really like the video, but like another thing I have to agree with Jarek. I do want to see the stage during a live because you know how fire their videos are. I wonder if they keep that same king throne look during stage, like during a live performance. So I wonder if they have any live performances out there at concerts or award shows.
Yeah, this honestly was really great for me as well. I definitely enjoy the song, and certainly I would say, you know, the hook and kind of the orchestral kind of like vibe that they had to it, especially towards the end, like, you know, the high notes and everything, like the Kings Never Die kind of aspect and everything, like just kind of, you know, talking about this history, but then, you know, kind of, you know, history that, you know, perhaps either, you know, you don't want to be doomed to repeat or anything like that, and just kind of like how they kind of tied all that together towards the end. And I know this has got to be like part of a much larger story, of course, but every time we, you know, get to check out their tracks and check out, you know, the MVs especially is just, you know, it's just incredibly cinematic. Like, as you said, every shot feels like it could be like its own still. I love how you have the aspects of like you have, you know, they convey power dynamics really well too. Like you have the kind of the figure that represents the darker version of yourself, like the power, kind of sitting at the throne. The camera's lower, kind of peering up at it and everything. So they convey all those aspects well. They did a great job with the match cutting with the lighting too, where they had basically the lighting shadowing and blinking between light and dark, and basically it would light up, you know, whoever was standing in the center of the frame, light or dark, to kind of convey, like, you know, that tug of war between good and evil that they're talking about with this power. And seeming how, like, the opening kind of starts out with them, like, you know, going through, like, the frozen tundra, if you will, after, like, some sort of battlefield. I know you pointed out, like, the almost, like, wolf kind of, the fur wear and the boots and everything, or shoes. But basically seeming like you're taking them from, you know, the battlefield itself to actually, you know, on the throne, like basically rising from a warrior to kind of a king. But then you see the moments of the silhouettes of, like, it looks like outstretched, like cold, like dead fingers that were like frostbitten or something like that. Basically, like whatever this power is that's going to grab at you is going to ultimately kind of consume you. And even when they kind of showed that opening of the choreography, they had like the water drip effect where it's like you're looking into like a reflection almost. But they were holding up an orb at some point, so it seems like that's like a prophecy of some sort. And you see the crows kind of circling around, you know, portraying like, you know, that eventual kind of fate. And it basically, if you ultimately are going to be consumed by it and kind of just going through all that. But every time we get to check out their stuff, like there's always such a great cinematic feel to it. So stuff like that always stands out to me, but I do wonder like how stuff like this is on a live setting, both honestly because of the wardrobe that they have as well to present, you know, all the king aspects and all the, you know, gear that they have. I do wonder as far as like the actual performing of it, you know, kind of how all those theatrics would kind of play into effect. But I think it certainly makes, like, you know, any kind of live performance that they may do all the more intriguing. Because I do like the music itself, and particularly, you know, one of the lyrics that they had said was basically like suffering is like better than being alone or anything like that. Basically, like, you know, that idea of like being consumed by the crown. because they say like basically I'd rather let the heavens judge me or something like that, like towards the end, to where basically like even if I'm corrupted and this power is, you know, like bad or whatever, and I know it's bad, basically like I'll live in that joy or that thrill now and kind of leave it to the heavens to judge me afterwards. I just thought that was like really interesting, and I know again this plays into like a much larger story, but then when you tie that in with like the post-credit scene and everything, the scarred eye, the black and gold kind of attire as well as we had seen in, you know, some other kind of lore. But all in all, this was really great. But I would say particularly, you know, the hook and the bridge is probably the strongest points for me. Particularly like the Kings Never Die and the high note and everything, to tie everything together. But I like how they play with the wardrobe and the lighting as far as, you know, the conveying the power dynamics between good and evil like throughout everything. And as far as what Jarek had said, sorry, the scene where it looked like someone was fighting someone else, I could be wrong and maybe I interpreted it wrong, but I thought it was the same member, not two different members. Like with one with the dyed white hair for like the good version of themselves and one with the dyed black hair for like a evil version of themselves, as far as like the tug of war and being consumed by that war. So I could be wrong, but at least that's kind of how it seemed to me. But nah, this is just like, you know, you get so much repeated kind of knowledge by looking at the music videos itself, so it makes you always kind of want to keep coming back, which is something I like. But the music itself, I do think, is strong enough to stand on its own too. I just think that it's so well infused with kind of, you know, all the other artistic elements that they bring to it. So yeah, I'd honestly love to hear them like kind of talk about their concept and you know, just the inspiration behind it and everything, because it's incredibly unique and well presented.
Yeah, hashtag Kurt got it. Nah, first off, shout out to Kingdom, man. This is a concept that we talked about, was like we thought might be hard to, like, you know, kind of keep going with, but the fact that every time we see them, we blown away by choreography, set pieces, wardrobe, vocals, and everything else that they have to offer is amazing. Shout out to V-Mirror for this. Jump in the comments, tell us, send us a link to the live performance for this. And for the other 2 tracks that we did, more Kingdom will be coming on the way as well. Love y'all, Redeemers. Gonna holla at y'all.
Peace. Take care.
Peace.